Wants to remind this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, dude. I have some friends like in Calgary, and they've always been like,
Yeah.
we should just start a podcast. We should just all like talk. And I'm like, yeah, like you should do it. And I told them kind of what they need.
Yeah. Demi's in this.
Oh, shout out Demi.
Yeah.
Welcome in. And yeah, and then I don't know. We had talked about doing a CKXU show like 100 years ago in Joel's basement. And then I remember we kind of chatted a bit about it, and then you were like one day, like, why don't we just do a podcast?
Yeah.
We don't need to have a radio show. Like we can figure out how to mic up stuff and just do it. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy, man. Like all the time now when I see people, they're like, oh, like what's new? How's it going? I'm like, yeah, good, blah, 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 blah. And I'll tell them that like I'm doing some rap music stuff. I'm doing promo artists. And every single person is always like, how's the podcast? Like, oh, are you having another guest in the podcast? I'm like, oh, that's tight. Like, and I mean, I obviously I wouldn't know if they listened or not, you know what I mean? But it's always cool. Like, yeah, I checked this out, and it's really cool to see people doing that. We got Nico.
Shout out Nico. Yeah, I think because when most people start a podcast, they just stop. All of a sudden, and we don't stop.
No.
We have like over 50 now, and we just keep on going.
The consistency's there.
And to them, that kind of like seems amazing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because I was talking to Chris earlier. I actually sent him because he asked about the podcast too.
Morris?
Yeah, because like I told him what we're doing today.
Yeah.
And then I told him like this was happening, and then it's like, oh, I check it out and stuff. And he's like, you guys have 50 episodes?
Yeah.
Like, we do, yeah.
Totally.
That part just probably surprises a bunch of people.
That is true, yeah. And I mean, it's not always easy to have different topics.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your creativity in coming up with a lot of different topics and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's fun, you know, like we get to have different conversations and similar conversations, it feels like every couple of weeks. So it's great.
Yeah.
And the guest has been a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah. You try to get like a different tap up person.
I feel like we've had like
a lot of cool people.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody's been different almost at this point. You know, like even like some crossover. Like we had both Joel and Oma Oba on they were DJs, but like they're both doing totally different things. Yeah. You know, we had Demi on who does more like multimedia stuff, which is really cool. And then we just have people who like music, you know, like Poe came on and chopped it up for the West Side Gun stuff. So
you have Keelan just like
keep it up, cheers Demi.
Endless talk of Keelan.
We got Keelan on the music knowledge. We got Old Ben. It was good. We had Terrell, shout out to him. We had what is it, we had Justin.
We had Justin. We had Justin.
We had somebody else, didn't we?
We have my man from Montreal.
True.
What's it called?
We had
how am I forgetting your name, bro?
Kenny,
yeah. We had Kenny Tony, shout out to
Kenny
him.
Tony SLR. Yeah.
He's the real one right there.
Shout out the movie maker.
Yeah.
Joel says, should podcast a wine night, get E-Man on the mic for that. No way the podcast dream was born in that basement. Yes, it was. Well, that's what I remember. I remember like sitting on the floor and like chatting about liking the same hip hop as E-Man, and then we were like, we should do that.
Yeah, it started that way, but it was like a buildup of like 2 years.
Very true.
And then eventually it's like, let's just do this shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we could have been podcasting driving back from Calgary to Lethbridge probably. Just listening to music, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
Nico gave us a thumbs up. Thank you, Nico.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, I still got to text you back, Nico. Sorry, dude. I just made me think of that.
What are you guys doing?
Well, he wanted to send me some music to check out.
Yeah.
That he was working on. And I was like, absolutely. And I was like, I don't have Instagram right now, so just text me. And I gave him my phone number, and I got to add him back.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Is that everybody we've had on a guest? I'm trying to think. There's somebody else.
Shout out to my man Demir.
True, Demir was on?
Yeah, Demir
Holy shit, we've actually had a lot of guests now that I think about it.
We had Demir.
That was a good episode, yeah.
That was a solid one. We had Old Ben.
Old Ben, yeah.
Old Ben, shout out to him.
I tried to text Ben White, tell him to tune in, but I think
he's busy singing the show.
Well, it will also maybe it won't send. I don't have text, and he doesn't have an iPhone, so I can't iMessage him.
Yeah,
but he'll see it. He'll probably tune in on Instagram.
Yeah.
I was getting my haircut today at Red Path. It used to be called Union Barbershop.
Yeah.
And my buddy Brian, who's good friends with Joel Jastro, Borderline Bry. He was cutting my hair, and he always asks me how the podcast is. He loves it. He thinks it's so cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, we're going live tonight. And he's like, what? Tell me when you're going live. Like, I'll tune in.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for you, Brian. You better pull up.
You better pull up.
You better pull up on the IG live with only fire emojis.
Yeah.
Who we got here? Who's this? Wow, the computer's actually ahead of my phone.
Because it's direct Ethernet.
Yeah, so absolutely.
We get that nice transfer.
I'm scared if I click on this that it's gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Click on it.
We'll just leave it.
Natmag. I'm not sure who you are based on that username, but shout out.
Oh, he's friends with Thomas.
Oh, tight. Okay.
So, bro, I don't know who you are because I just know your username, man. I need to know what your name is, man. So
shout out. Is that? And that is Mort from Madagascar. So shout out Mort from Madagascar.
Shout out to them. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We got. Yeah, these usernames are crazy. We got KJesp.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should know that one.
KJesp. Thanks for pulling up.
Thank you for pulling up. We're doing only usernames now, unless I know your username by off the top of my head. Yeah, but anyway, I guess the point of what the hell I'm rambling about doing the podcast is that we've talked about it before, but I think collaboration in music is so important.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like art in general.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been able to do this for a while, just the two of us, and then have guests on and stuff. And I don't know, I encourage you guys to do the same. Go for it, especially like if we're in the studio at the university right now, and this studio is a way that I've met a lot of really cool people.
Yeah. And use every equipment you got.
Yeah.
Because when we started, we just had your audience.
Yeah.
And then we had like the two mics.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Just like the headphones, I think. And then we just did it.
Yeah.
So, but now it's all different.
You don't need it, and you don't need anything crazy, you know? Like, no. We could have done a Scarlett 2i2 with a headphone splitter if we really needed to.
Yeah. Or one of those cheap ones with like, like the diamond one.
Yeah.
With like 16 of them. Those ones were pretty sick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are crazy.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is when people come to the store and they ask if we have like adapter cables or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yeah, I got this one. And it's like a headphone splitter to like 2. And it'll be like $8. They're like, oh man, I can get this one on Temu. And they'll show me a picture. Yeah. And it'll be like 1 to like 16 different headphone outputs. And it's like $1. And I'm like, that looks insane, bro. Like, go for it. It's from Temu. It's probably going to break in 3 minutes.
You know, in Temu, they have also like those off-brand like Neumann.
Dude, it's crazy.
Every like new like different type of mic, like Neumann, like Audion, and just like all that. They have like a Temu version of it.
It's great.
Yeah. And they have like an XLR to USB.
Yeah.
Which is like the craziest thing to me.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I've had a guy come in. He was trying to buy one of these mics, like an SM7B.
Yeah.
And he's like, how much is that? I'm like, $569. And he was like, $569. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, man, I saw this on Temu for $80. And I'm like, it's not the real one. He's like, no, it is. And he's like, show me it. And it's like, it even says sure on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, trust me.
Yeah.
I know what it costs like $400 for sure to make these things. Yeah. There's no way it's $80. But I've always been curious how they sound. Like, probably not good, but
I think my Mac computer mic will sound better, you know?
Yeah, people like hook it up like just to like have in front of them so they look like a podcaster and then use their Mac mic.
Yeah, I just shared a link to the podcast.
So hell yeah. Go check that out.
If you guys are curious, there's the link to Spotify.
Yeah.
And it has other links so you can branch out to like other shit too. So
sweet. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Yeah, you use all the resources for sure, especially if you're like a student, abuse that. Because once you graduate, like me, you don't get to use that. And I love being in this studio and can do a lot from home too and stuff. But I mean, I've still come in here and done drum recordings. Yeah. I just recorded a demo in here with Donnie and Nicole and Rowan with Dylan from DAA. So
it's expensive and like it's made to be used.
Yeah.
So why not use it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just chatted with who was I just talking? Nico, actually.
Yeah. I was seeing them earlier. Shout outs.
Yeah, I was talking about how like when I was in DAA, I really wanted to find out like who was doing what or like what people were making.
Yeah.
Like I remember talking to like Toby and Bem and being like, hey, like, what are you guys making? Like what are you working on projects? Like, yeah, I'm working on this. And Ben was trying to release his debut album, I think, at the time. And I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of kids I talk to and they're like, I don't really make music, you know, I'm just here for school, which is fine. But I was like, oh man, like
that's like
it's cool to be a student, but like you should also, when you're an art student, like you gotta have some passion projects.
Yeah, you kind of have to have fun, you know.
Yeah, and I was always trying to like find out who was making stuff so then I could talk to those people and learn from them and maybe work with them. You know, and it's just a really great way to meet like-minded people.
Yeah.
Or at least like creatively.
Yeah, but now like literally every student's like doing some cool projects.
Which is so sick.
Yeah. Like shout out to Michael. I was here in the studio and he was working on the song, like R&B song.
Cool.
And it was sounding tight, so
cool.
Can't wait to hear that shit.
Cool. Yeah, man. I think it's so cool now to see like from when we started, because that was like pretty much the same year, 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 2022. So.
Yeah.
Or no,
2021, I think.
2021.
Yeah, like end of the year. But yeah, to like for how many kids were in our program, to how many did musical projects, to how many dropped out, to what there is now. It's like I swear all these kids I talk to, they're all like hella invested in it and very interested. So
and shout out to Kelsey.
Oh, that's who Kate Jesp is?
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah.
Shout out. Yeah. So, and I mean, also I met a lot of really cool kids that weren't in DAA when I was in school. Like I met a lot of really cool studio program people. I mean, that's how I met Donnie and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, a ton of people like Corey and Erica and them. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really cool to see just what you can do, I think, with this.
Yeah. It's interesting because like since like everyone that I knew like ended up graduating, I kind of had to like start making friends again.
Right. Yeah.
So like I just started meeting these other guys like Michael, Nico, and all those guys, Jude.
Yep.
And yeah, like I'm glad I did because like that's important, you know.
Totally.
You gotta branch out somehow. You can't just be like in your own little corner constantly.
Right.
Because like that just like defeats the whole purpose of you being in school. So
totally.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, and it's easy to kind of like get stuck with that, you know, where you're like, oh, I'm just gonna focus on me and my classes and that and not worry about that.
Yeah.
But then it's like you won't get any other perspectives. You won't get to work with anybody else.
No.
And I mean, then like it's nice that you can also just have those people as homies, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was really cool when you did the album release.
Yeah.
And everybody came over and checked it out. Like that was dope, you know?
Yeah, that was one.
And I guess you did it twice, and then you get like feedback from everybody.
Yeah, like.
And they're also just there to support.
Yeah, like live feedback's like, it's crazy.
Oh, it's great.
It's great.
You know, and it's like, whether it's like, oh, this was really cool, I like this, or it's like constructive criticism or whatever, you know, like, and especially when it's coming from people that are doing similar things to you or have like the same kind of knowledge base.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's definitely like, and you just like get introduced by different perspectives. So,
totally.
Like maybe someone knows how to do this a specific way.
Yeah.
And it kind of opens your eyes a little bit. So, and then you end up learning something new.
Yeah, man.
So that's super important.
Oh no, it's huge. And like, especially like, I don't know, it's nice to have, I've had people who don't listen to the same music as me.
Yeah.
Listen to my music and be like, oh wow, this is neat. I wouldn't have known that, you know, and you get a different perspective there. Whereas it's also nice to have people like listen to the same music and it's like, this is cool. This reminds me of this. So it's really neat that way to meet a bunch of different people. But yeah, there's nothing better than having feedback from people who are in the same kind of field and interest as you.
Yeah.
Because I love sending music to my friends that don't make music.
Yeah.
And they're like, this sounds cool. Or like, I like this part of the song.
Yeah.
But when you have someone be like, damn, that snare is crazy. Like, how did you compress that? I'm like, let me tell you.
Let me tell you. When you can get deep into like the nerdness of it.
Yeah.
It's always fun to discuss.
There's nothing better than me asking Chris German advice and then him roasting my vocal chain. Yeah. And then him sending me like a paragraph of his vocal chain. And it's like, holy shit, that's a lot of things.
Here's why my shit better, bro.
Right. But then he's also like, you don't have to do this. You know, he's like, this is maybe overkill, but I just like it.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, wow, like that's cool. I never thought to put like this between those things. And, you know, it's good to learn from others, and then they'll learn a bit from you too.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So, yeah, man.
We could start on, I guess, whatever this episode is.
Yeah, man.
So
go for it.
All right. This is actually the intro. Welcome, guys. This is Noize Freeze Files. Episode 54 or 55, somewhere around there. This is like a live. So it's going to end up like in Spotify and all the other services. And yeah, but we're just doing it live because we want to, you know? Just kind of get like a live feedback, you know, chat with the chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can we start saying that?
Yeah. Hey, chat. Yeah. Just like something new and cool, you know? It took a while to set up this, and like I think it's well worth it for me. So
totally, yeah.
But yeah, it's on this episode it's just like kind of like reminiscing of the past, I guess, something like that. You know, like kind of in a way we're looking back and like how we started, comparing to what we're doing now, you know, different changes, what happened, and stuff like that. So
totally,
yeah. But we're also going to talk about like, you know, some current stuff, some like what's been happening, stuff like that. Yeah. Where do you want to start?
Well, we kind of did a brief little explanation on how the podcast came about there.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started, it was very interesting to be like, what do we do with this?
Yeah.
What kind of podcast is this? Like, we knew we wanted to be music and mostly hip hop like based.
Yeah.
But I remember we had no idea what to do. So I remember when we started off, the first episode we did was the iceberg.
Yeah.
So we kind of talked about like just a bunch of different rappers and groups, and like how well known they were versus how like underground they were.
Yeah, basically like levels of underground rappers.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And I think we did a lot of kind of like lists and like compiling, like doing compilations of things.
Yeah.
When we started, which I think is really cool. And then I think as we were doing that, it just naturally evolved to be like, oh, like, because we'd be like, oh, we got in a tangent there, like, and then we get back to the topic, but they were like, well, maybe the tangent is good, like maybe that's good for the podcast.
Yeah.
So I think then it kind of became more like free form discussion.
Yeah.
Based.
It evolved into
with the topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that was huge.
Yeah, we just naturally go to like a certain subject if it needs to be. And then eventually we kind of like, why don't we have like different guests, you know?
Mm-hmm. And
then so like we ask a bunch of people, they want to go in. Okay, we actually have people that listen to us, type shit, you know?
Yeah.
And that was definitely like a cool eye-opening experience.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had a couple more guests on, you know, like Demi, we had Omaova, all you guys coming in, Terrell and all that. And then yeah, it's cool just like getting like interesting perspectives of just like people doing their own stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, it's definitely like, you know, because you can always learn something new, and you can always like be better at what you're doing, and just like learning a different skill set, or like just watching someone like talk about what they love.
Totally.
It's actually pretty cool.
Totally.
So, yeah.
No, that's well said. I think that was our biggest I guess change, and like our biggest development was doing guests.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. I'm glad you suggested that, because it was just like, I don't know. It was really unique. It was really unique to like hear everybody's different perspective and them tell us exactly what they're into and what they do. Because we would, you know, you'd be like, tell us about yourself.
Yeah.
But then also, it would naturally kind of just, because we wouldn't really have like a topic of discussion for those episodes. It would be like, who is this person? That was the topic.
Yeah.
And then we would just bring up everything. So it's cool to see like how they would contribute to our discussion about music or whatever.
Yeah.
And everybody would have different perspectives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would love asking people like, where you'd be like, what's your top 5 artists?
Yeah.
Or what are your top 10 albums?
I like ambushing them with that question.
Yeah. Who would you work with?
Yeah.
And everybody's always, you know, freaks out.
Yeah.
They're like, or answer these samples. So
yeah.
And that's always really cool, because when it's just the two of us, it feels like I never say it feels hard to keep a conversation afloat,
Yeah.
but it's just the two of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can only talk amongst each other, and we'll have crossover of maybe we've talked about this before.
It's like we develop a system.
Right?
Of
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
to each other.
yeah, exactly. But when there's like a new person there, it's like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to shut up and let you tell me something. Like, that's really cool. So
Yeah. When we have a guest, like for me, I try to observe a little more
yeah,
and learn. And so like I'll try to maybe like give specific questions that kind of keep them more engaged and more like wanting to talk more.
totally.
So essentially like, and everybody loves like, you know, talking about themselves.
Yeah, of course.
Like, what was it? We had Justin.
Yeah.
Where Justin was like, oh, I love talking about myself. Oh, this is actually fun. I can always talk. Yeah. So,
That was great.
So yeah. But yeah, it's pretty fun, bro.
Yeah, it's really cool, especially like because a few of them, like when you just get so busy, it's hard to like see everybody. And it was really nice to have people on the podcast where like some people, like I didn't know Oma Oba very well, you know, other than just like seeing him out and stuff. And then I feel like I learned so much about the guy in the hour and a half that we talked to him, you know?
Yeah.
Or it's like, I know Demi, but I hadn't seen Demi in so long.
Yeah.
And then Demi sits down and it's like, wow, I just learned that you're really inspired by these artists. Like, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But it's like, that wouldn't be something, I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't, but like if we were just having a normal discussion, like you were over at the house,
Yeah.
it would be weird for me to just be like, so
Yeah. Yeah. You know?
you want to tell me who your inspirations is for art? I mean, it shouldn't be weird to say that, but like it feels like I'm getting a productive conversation with someone.
Yeah. It gets more like intimate with that. So,
Totally.
Yeah.
Because I think that like a lot of people look at podcasting as like, oh wow, like these people have such big opinions and things to say, and like sure, you know what I mean, like you have a platform.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's kind of just like two or more people talking,
Yeah.
you know, like really. So
Yeah.
to have like a structured conversation, but it is just a conversation is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Even like when I feel like every time we do it, I just get to catch up with you and see like what's new.
Yeah.
But also it's like, I don't know. It's sometimes the only conversations I have that like, I like am forced to like use different sides of my brain to look at things differently.
Yeah.
Like where we'll have topics and it'll be like, shit, what was it called? Like one of them we had like the city soundscapes and stuff.
Yeah. You sound of like a specific city.
Yeah, and that was cool because I was like, oh, like this almost feels like a university assignment that I'm actually enjoying.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like what goes into this, or and we've kind of talked about like the psychology of like things and stuff. Or like the last episode we talked about toxic fans and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's interesting, you know, but I'm not saying we couldn't have that conversation normally, but when it's like structured.
With those type of, I think it just builds up. Like you have to build that type of conversation up. But with the podcast, we just like, this is what we're gonna do that day.
Right. True.
Yeah.
True.
Because if I'm talking to you at the house regularly, it's like I'm not gonna get up to like, yo, what is your opinion of like the psychology of Tyler Creator fans? You know, I'm not gonna say that. You know?
Right. Yeah.
That just seems like out of pocket for no reason. It's like okay. You
Good
know?
afternoon.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. No, that's totally fair.
Yeah. It's been a lot of episodes.
Yeah. I think it's also cool how we've always it's always been a music podcast and we've always maintained it's kind of like a hip hop podcast.
Yeah.
But especially, and I think it kind of started early on, but progressively it got more and more. We would talk about just like music production.
Yeah.
And more like ins and outs. We'd also got personal, would talk about what we were working on, you know? But we would talk about like DAWs and we'd talk about recording and talk about school and stuff. And I think that's cool because it's all connected to the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's like we talked about noise music on the podcast, you know, or like talked about like rock music and stuff and whatever. And I think that that's kind of cool to slowly branch out into other things. We've also just talked about audio.
Yeah. Just audio.
Like not just music. And I think that that's interesting because I'm sure a lot of people that check it out are like, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
Yeah.
But it's interesting to like listen to that from a different perspective rather than us just being like, yeah, I think Big L is one of the greatest out of New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, why is he one of the greatest, you know? That's just always something you got to go into. And I think we kind of answer that. like a lot with this podcast.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think it's very tricky for people to be like it's fine to have a list, right, of like a top 5, top 10 or whatever, but I think it's tricky for people to say like, oh yeah, Alchemist is top 3 producer, but it's like, okay, sure, why? And you can say his catalog, but then we break it down like, oh, this sample selection and this, and I do think that that's cool. I'm not saying no one else in the world's doing that, but I think a lot of people just say numbers.
Say stuff. Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people are like, oh, this person's the best because they've done this many albums, been around for this long and sold this many records, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, if we can talk about the way that Alchemist uses jazz guitar licks.
Yeah. Oh, I
with like
that,
boom bap beats, you know, like that's cool. Like now there's a actual like thing that
reason why.
Yeah, it's tangible to what's going on. So
nice. Yeah.
If nothing else, I think that we offer good perspective on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think we've it's come pretty far.
Yeah.
And maybe video's next.
I think that's like the next direction.
Yeah.
Next direction.
Yeah.
And like streaming on YouTube and stuff or Twitch.
Yeah.
And just I think with those you kind of have to censor a little bit.
Yeah, right.
You know? We probably can't say like certain swear words or something like that, but like
you get demonetized.
Yeah. But like not even in demonetized, like
it just
getting shadow ban or something, stuff like that. So we'll probably watch for that, but like it should be fine.
Nah,
because we're not.
I can watch my mouth.
Yeah,
I only swear because I just know I can. It'd be funny if the Instagram stream.
We can always edit it out.
That is true.
So, yeah. I think the next direction is like we're gonna get a camera, and then just have that like throughout different episodes. So
because that would be really cool.
Yeah,
that'd be sweet for the guests too. I remember talking to Demi about like how we could
incorporate it.
Yeah, set that up with like the video switcher.
Yeah.
Where it's like this person's talking, this person's talking, this person's talking.
Yeah. There's like an AI thing that moves a camera. So like when it hears like the signal of someone's audio, and then it just goes to them.
That's crazy.
So like that's probably is like in the far.
Damn.
We're not gonna use that, but like I think one camera's good enough.
Because I mean, if it's us two, we're sitting here like this. You know what I mean? It would be pretty funny if it was cut back and forth each time.
Yeah. And then eventually you can get more cameras, so like you could just pretty much do that.
Yeah, once we start making millions
of dollars, you know.
Yeah, once Spotify signs us to an exclusive deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we got to start selling merch.
Yeah, we got.
That would actually be cool.
I feel like a Noize Freeze File hat.
Yeah.
Or a shirt or something.
Well, I've kind of like looked into it because I did a bunch of shirts with Chrome Harvest from Sinking Ship.
Yeah.
You got to make a bunch.
Yeah.
That's the tricky thing, you know, and then like you have to sell them, obviously.
Yeah.
To make it a good deal anyway, but they do hats and stuff too.
Yeah.
And I hadn't looked at it because the most expensive thing is the hat itself.
Yeah.
You know,
the material.
Yeah, exactly. And then like they cost a little bit to embroider them or print on them or whatever, but
I mean we can get 2 for now. And just wear it during
just rep it.
Yeah, just rep
that
shit.
would be cool.
And then people are wondering, hey, where can I get that? You know?
Yeah, true. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Then we could just like, making big bucks.
Exactly. Yeah, we're selling out, guys. We got sweatshops. No, I'm just kidding. Hell yeah, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, I'm trying to think, I feel like over the 2 years, you've released at least 2 albums on Spotify? No.
Like since we started the podcast?
Yeah, no more.
Like 3.
3?
3, and then all the sounds
SoundCloud stuff?
All the SoundCloud stuff, which probably more than equaled that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a ton. I was thinking like, we've done so much music over this podcast being out too.
Yeah. I think I've put out more music than anyone in this whole city. I swear.
In that time? Probably.
Yeah. Even in their whole like discog.
Probably.
Yeah.
I remember there was a point like maybe a year ago
where
it was like every fucking day, I swear. It was like every 2 days at least. It was like, just did this new one.
Yeah.
Just did this new one. And it would have like a cool background picture you took or like an anime cover.
Yeah. Sometimes I get hungry and I'm just like, I'm going to eat today, you know?
Yeah.
And that lasts like half a year.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like, okay, I'm going to chill out for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's because that's where I'm at right now. So like eventually when after the McGuire album comes out
Yeah.
with us, then we're going back.
There you go.
Because the next project is going to be like, I want to do my own vocal stuff
Cool.
and record live instruments.
Oh, that's very cool.
So it's going to be interesting.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun, man. It's definitely like more work because just recording.
Yeah.
But that's sweet.
Yeah.
And you get a really, really unique sound to it.
Yeah.
Get out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
And you're singing now, so that'll be super hype, dude.
Yeah.
That's very hype. That's an accomplishment in itself, I'd say.
Yeah.
I've kind of always wondered about that, like the producer rapper or the producer artist, you know, because like there's a lot of producers where I feel like that's all they did.
Yeah.
Or I should say that's all they do. But how many are like, oh man, what if I was on the other side?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure some people are fine with it. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure some people are like, yeah, I just make the beats or I just like create the instrumentals or whatever. Yeah. But there's a lot of people that do both, you know, like Alchemist came back
and started rapping
to the rap game. Yeah. And like Hit Boy started rapping again.
Yeah.
And there's somebody else who like sings. Well, I mean, a lot of people now also just like
sing and rap, do everything.
Yeah. And like, like producers and stuff like JPEG Mafia, or I think Daniel Caesar might even do some of his own producing. Tyler Creator.
Yeah.
Nicholas F. I'm trying to think. There's a couple other guys, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and I always wonder, like, is that from the beginning? Like when you were first started making music, were you like, I also want to do vocals and stuff and I wanted, or were you like, I like making beats, and then later on you're like, damn, maybe I could do this?
Yeah, it was more to the thing where like I felt like I wasn't good enough to do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I want to learn this skill first, which is like producing, and all my attentions were on there. And I'm like, if there's anything else, I'm gonna like kill myself, you know. Maybe we'll cut that out, but you know what I mean. It's like if it would be too overwhelming.
Too much.
It's too overwhelming right now. So I'm gonna learn this thing first, and then once I get like a good grip of that, I'm gonna, you know, that's where I can expand.
Yeah.
Because for me, like I think at this point, I like, you know, producing and like just like engineering my own beats. Yeah. But I think eventually I'm just gonna focus on like producing, maybe just do the artist stuff. Yeah. And then have someone else do like the engineering.
That'd
like,
be cool.
That's like I don't know, it's just like way more work.
Oh yeah.
When you're also doing the other shit. So
totally.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
And like I have to use like my engineer brain versus my producer brain.
Right.
Like I want to be creative, but like sometimes those two clash together.
Totally.
Which is like, this doesn't sound right. You know?
Yeah.
But your producer side is like, bro, this is, why not do it? You know?
Yeah.
So I've always had like that thing going on.
Yeah.
Right
That's
now.
fair.
Yeah.
No, that's really well said. I haven't really thought about that a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe that's me being a lazy engineer, but because it is true, you know, like sometimes you're like, oh, wow, this is very different. This is cool. But then you're like, yeah, but like it shouldn't be out of phase here or whatever, you know, and like that shouldn't sound like that.
Yeah.
But then it's the discussion of what is right, you know, and what is, does it matter that what you've learned and that's right, or does it matter if it sounds good?
It doesn't matter, but like,
no,
to me it matters. You know?
Of course, yeah. Well, because you know it'll like bug you, and you're like, there is a proper way to do this, and then you try to find that extra. Yeah. So I agree with you. That is kind of tricky.
Yeah. Just balancing that.
Yeah, because I feel like mixing and mastering stuff, that's where all the rules come in. Yeah. You know, you can still like have fun with it, especially like in your mix. Like everybody can do it differently. Yeah. But there is a way to make things sound better. Yeah. You know, and like, rather than just different. So I also think that that's where I don't lose the love for it, because it's very satisfying to get like a nice mix. Yeah. But I don't care as much about the magic of the project. No, yeah. You know what I mean? Like after I've made something, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That beat sounds great. Yeah. And then I sit there and I listen to the beat 45 times. I'm like, maybe I could have picked a different sample. You know? Like, damn, maybe I should have done this drum beat completely differently. Yeah. But it's just because I listened to it 40 times. Yeah. Because what I've been doing recently is more streamlining my process. Yeah. So I've been making templates specific to like the type of beat I want now. And if I want to do some like editing, engineering stuff, I would make the template for that too. So that way, because like adding different like buses, you want to add like different inputs, outputs to certain like effects.
that takes away the magic for me. Like, and then I just want to be on that creative side of things consistently throughout the thing. I don't want to think about which like reverb I want for this specific sound. I'm like, this is the reverb. Okay, I'm gonna send it through. You know,
Right.
So, and yeah. So
No,
I've been
that's
just doing
totally
that.
fair.
Yeah.
That's totally fair. Yeah, I wonder what it feels like to be like a big deal producer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he mixes and does his own shit. I wouldn't know.
Alchemist?
Well, I don't think Alchemist does.
No.
But yeah, I was thinking like Metro Boom or something like.
I don't think he does.
Yeah, you know, like what if like Alchemist is at home on his drum machine and he makes like this crazy beat and he's like, this is nuts, this is nuts.
Yeah.
And he finishes it and then he sends it off to whoever. And then he's like, gets it back like a week later, you know, and he's like,
Yeah.
and it sounds even better.
Yeah.
And he's just like, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
You know, like he didn't sit there for 45 minutes being like, what kind of compressor should I use on the snare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe sometimes like something could sound good, but like it's not the sound you want.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you can have a kick that's like very nice in the mix, but does it hit though? You know?
No, that is very true.
So you gotta balance that.
Yeah. That is one thing I learned too a lot is like fighting for EQ space and volume space.
Yeah.
Because when I first started making beats, maybe I've told this story to you before, but like
Yeah.
I just downloaded like a drum pack and I just loaded everything in, didn't know about panning or levels or whatever.
So it's all mono.
And
Yeah.
I was doing it sounded okay, and then I added my 808 and everything just blew up.
Yeah.
Because like it's obviously fighting for so much room between the two different kicks I have, the bass line, and you know, and I'd hit it and it was go, and like I didn't have an audio interface, so everything was getting processed through ASIO.
Yeah.
Which is not great.
That's not good.
And like, so I get all this like clip distortion and stuff going on. I'm like,
Everything is clipping.
man, why does this happen? I'm like, this is supposed to be the Metro Boomin drum kit. This doesn't sound like Metro Boomin.
It's all the low end just building up.
Right, yeah. And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But now I've learned like you have to make, which makes sense. You can't have everything, you know, how's that gonna work?
Yeah.
And now I've learned like you have to make space for what you want. Like a great example is when I listened to Skinny Shug 2 off Alfredo 2. Man, that kick is so loud. It's like insane. And like it's got like this slap to it. Like it's got a little bit of like a high-end like slap. It's the way it's compressed, I think. The attack is like so far out. Like it's so late. It's absurd. But when that kick comes in, it's like it's ducking everything. Like it you can hear the vocals still and stuff, but like it comes in and it just destroys the rest of the beat. But I bet you as a mixing engineer, who's obviously this guy, I think Alec does the same guy every time, so he probably knows him.
Yeah.
But the mixing engineer would be like, yeah, this kick's way too loud. You know, but Alchemist was like, the kick is going to be this loud for this song.
Yeah.
And it works because that song is very memorable to be for how heavy that kick is, and it just accentuates like whatever Gibbs is saying, right? So
Interesting.
yeah.
Huh.
So like the creative choice of like, well, maybe people would say that like this is too loud.
Yeah. And you also have to think about who you're making this music for.
Right.
Are you making it for engineers or are you making it for regular people?
Right.
That's not going to know the details of
Right.
anything you make.
Right.
So
They're going to say it sounds good or bad.
Yeah.
But they're going to hear it and go, the kick on this song is crazy.
It's hard.
That
you know?
bass is nuts. That's what they'll say.
They're
you
going to
know?
say that. Yeah.
I remember like driving in my buddy's car when I was like 17 before I did any of this stuff. And we would listen to all the new rap music that came out. And like, we would have certain songs be like, turn that one on because the drum beat on that one is crazy.
Yeah.
We didn't really know, you know what I mean? But it's just like that's what sticks with you. And that's a mixing thing and it's also a producing thing, but it was probably too loud. You know, like the drums were probably mixed way too loud, but that's okay.
Yeah, it was loud, but who cares? You
right.
know?
Yeah. You have to do it for yourself and the listener.
Yeah, and
you know?
this example like this is like Triple X like whole discography. That shit is not mixed at all, but like he wants it that specific sound, all distortion and stuff.
Oh, who was I just talking to about this?
Yeah.
Oh, Old Ben actually.
Old Ben?
Yeah, because we were talking about rap music and he was making fun of me because I hadn't listened to the new West Side Gun album yet.
Yeah.
Heels have Eyes 3. Which I listened to today. It was actually really good.
Nice.
It might be my favorite one out of the 3, but yeah, and we were talking about like how like the eras are like so different. Like we've kind of like went back to like older school
Old
vibe.
time, yeah.
But I talked to him about like the 2016 era. I was like, were you into like that shit all? He's like, yeah, like a little bit of. He's like, I remember the first time I heard XXX, like Temptation. He's like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I will never forget that. Like I was in grade 11, I think.
Yeah.
And I remember being in English class and somebody just showing me this thing on SoundCloud. And it was that clip of like the little white kid with the blunt up his nose.
Yeah.
And it was just him going, fuck, fuck. And I was like, what the? It was like, so scary.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is freaking me out. And I liked old Tyler. So I was like, this is kind of cool, but like what? And it's horrible, right? Like the mic's blowing up.
Yeah.
He recorded in his room.
As hell, yeah.
But the energy is there. Like his performance.
The vibe was there. Yeah.
I'd never heard anything like that. I'm like, this is some scary, angry music, but like he's having fun, and then he's like doing these goofy little like raps. And
it's like metal music.
It is, yeah.
It's just something like that.
Rage rap.
Just rage rap, yeah.
But then he switched it up and he did like the fun little like melodic shit,
melodic
which
stuff,
is interesting.
Like Juice WRLD, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll never forget DJing for my first time at Club Lime. Like not DJing my first time ever, but DJing my first time at Club Lime for Praise for the first Level 7 event. And talking to Chris, DJ OP.
Yeah.
And he was like, every night, because like they take requests, and he's like, every night someone writes on the table to play Look at Me by XXX. He's like,
okay.
It's kind of an unwritten rule that we don't play that here. I'm like, really? I feel like that song goes crazy in the club. He's like, yeah, but it always starts a fight. He's like, every single time that song plays, someone's gonna fight. And I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. He's like, it's also one of the worst mixed songs I've ever heard in my whole life.
So it's gonna sound awful.
Yeah. He's like, exactly. He's like, you run that through these big ass speakers. Oh. He's like, it just sounds here. I was like, no way. And then anyway, I played it another time. Yeah. The second time I was there, completely forgetting this rule, and he was like, I told you not to play that song. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Yeah. But then I knew what he meant because I heard it in the monitors, and it's like, you know, and it's like,
was someone fighting?
No, I didn't see anybody fight actually.
Okay.
But who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody outside did.
And it was like, just throw hands real quick. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's very interesting. That guy's got some chaotic energy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Mixing tangent.
Yeah.
But I totally get what you're saying, where you don't want to have to, because it's nice to do everything.
Yeah.
You know, to have control over everything yourself. But it takes so long, and then you like are forced to have that fight.
And sometimes I get lost in the sauce.
Right.
And then at a point I feel like, bro, like, does this sound good? Does this sound bad?
Yeah.
You know? I'm just gonna leave it for now, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's tricky. You gotta take breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
And some things like you won't even realize till later. And you're also like, I know there's rules to mixing, but I think some of it's subjective, you know?
Yeah.
Like a couple times I've made mixes, I'm like, this sounds great. I'm so pumped on this. And then I'll listen to slightly different music or different genre for a while.
Yeah.
And then I go back to listen to mine, I'm like, whoa, I should have brought the bass up way louder here. But it's just because all the stuff I was listening to at that time sounded good comparing it to
what's affecting it, yeah.
Yeah, and like I think reference tracks and listening to stuff is important. That's the way you want it to sound. But at the end of the day, it's like genres are mixed differently.
Yeah.
Subgenres are mixed differently. So I don't know, with this last Spooky album, it's the first time I mastered anything.
Yeah.
And I think I did a good job. But I've also listened to it way too many times since it's come out. And I start slowly picking up things, you know, where I'm like, whoa, the vocal's like way too mid-range heavy.
You want to play it?
Can I play it if it's copyrighted? It's so much.
Is your song, right?
Yeah, that is true.
So I think you should be able to play it.
Okay.
You just go to like the Spotify. And they should just hear it over.
But it's so crazy. I'll just play Sam's part.
Yeah. We'll show audio examples. Because like that's the one thing we need to probably do more.
Is like put the music on there? Yeah.
Because I was chatting with Andrew Stewart actually.
Oh yeah.
A couple of weeks ago. We were doing like the, what's it called? The DA meetup thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I told him like we're doing this podcast and send him like a link to an episode. But he listened to it and he's like, yeah, like it's good. But I need to like hear more audio examples to understand what you guys are saying.
Right.
You know, because he has,
not everybody.
He has like a different reference of information.
Totally.
So, but yeah.
That makes sense.
I was like, that's some good advice right there.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Here, I'll play this one. This one's called Close the Casket.
Close the Casket.
Okay, I just want to make sure I don't have it too loud.
Yeah.
But
there's a limiter on OBS. So when it goes above 0, it
kills it?
It kills it.
Okay, well, I have the Spotify turned out a bit, so it should be fun. I'll watch it in OBS too.
It's a cool song.
But it was really fun learning like a bit about mastering.
Yeah.
I'll leave it there. Yeah, I loved it.
I'll be running from reality until forever sleep 6 deep. Praying that my soul he keep. When the sun goes down, I'll be lurking with the creep.
Shout out our roommate Sam.
My morality when I be sneaking praying on the weak. Devil's body down in the creek just to speak to the demons we ain't sacrificing sheep. I need to move the bodies by the heaps on the truckload. Therefore, I can cleanse my soul with a mold. Pull up heart so cold, oh no. When I reload, better be careful. Cause when I shoot, nobody getting saved. Leave your body rotting, we ain't digging up a grave.
Yeah, I'll just play that bit. But
It's a cool song.
cheers. Yeah, we didn't clip. Okay, good. But yeah, that was like the first time I mastered anything. And then when I listened to it again, I was like, oh, I should have made more room for the bass and slightly less mid-range.
Yeah.
But when you're, I mean, we also like, we did this whole thing in like 72 hours.
72 hours,
You know,
yeah.
it was like, oh, we should have started this earlier.
Yeah.
It came out on Halloween, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember just mixing in my headphones, being like, yes, this sounds so great. Oh my gosh. And I mean, I think doing the headphone mixing is important because it's going to be the flattest.
Yeah.
But then I got in my car and like, my car speakers are like, they're supposed to be flat. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have treble or bass boosted or anything, but obviously they're not going to be perfectly flat.
Yeah.
And I'm driving, I'm like, oh man, there's no bass. And normally like
bass,
my
yeah.
car has good bass.
Yeah.
You know, and then, but then I've listened on my little Beats studio pods or whatever. I'm like, the bass is crazy. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's kind of interesting. And I learned a lot.
Yeah. You just have to listen to different sources.
Yeah.
Because, I also find that issue where, like, if I mix into headphones, the bass doesn't resonate loud enough.
Yeah.
So I just crank it up.
Yeah.
But then when I go to, like, the monitors, it'd be just, like, taking everything over.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I got to turn this down now.
Totally.
But yeah, the car test is always the final thing.
Yeah.
Does it hit in the car?
If it hits in the car,
Then you got it.
yeah, because I don't know, I'd say probably like 75% of people they're listening on their
the
car
car.
speakers or a JBL Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
If it hits on the JBL, I'm happy.
Yeah. And also see, like, if it's good on mono. Because that's, like, in speakers, like, they're all, like, mono sounds.
Exactly.
So, like, if it hits there, then it should be good for, like, everything else.
Totally.
It'd be better in stereo, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Totally. I try not to like do too much crazy panning. Like I will like on certain things like for the stereo and
yeah.
you know, but like to have that like the mono reference mix to see like
Yeah.
how it looks.
Yeah. If you use a lot of stereo separation,
Yeah.
that could affect it.
Yeah.
But, like, it shouldn't. If you don't go too crazy about that, then it should be okay.
Yeah. I separate some of like the little higher frequencies out a little bit,
Yeah.
just like the really airy stuff.
Yeah.
Just so it's not as shrill, like right on your ears, which works pretty well. But yeah,
Yeah.
totally to have it in mono is nice. I want to get some of those Auratone speakers, whatever they're called. They're not shitty, but like they're kind of known as like shitty speakers.
On purpose.
Yeah, exactly. So then it's like they're supposed to be reference for like
If it sounds good there, it'll sound good anywhere else.
right,
Yeah.
like cheaper stuff.
Yeah. That's why when I use the studio, I use the near field primarily.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's just, like, they're worse speakers than, like, the ones on top over there. So
Yeah.
if you get a good sound there, they're going to translate better out there.
Totally.
You know? So,
Oh man, I will never forget like this studio taught me that right away because we would be in here and me and Sam would record
yeah.
and we would listen back. We'd be listening to like an unmixed thing too, you know, just like a bounce of just like rough vocals over an instrumental.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, this sounds so good. This sounds crazy. And we take it home and we'd be like, what? Why does it sound like this?
Yeah.
It's like, man, everything sounds good in the studio. You know,
Yeah.
like you said that to me before. Like, look at these fucking speakers.
Yeah,
you know,
it's so good.
of course, it's gonna just sound accurate and loud, and it helps you like find the little mistakes.
Yeah.
But if you're not looking for the mistakes, it's just gonna sound loud and good.
It's going to sound loud and good. And also, like, because people, like, when you're mixing, making something louder sounds better to you than it is quieter, but that can actually trick you. So, like, let's say, for example, you have, like, you know, like something like a track you mix mastered. It sounds good, but, like, you don't hear, like, the certain, like, 808, like, the distortion and all that because it's sounding loud and nice. But, like, when you go to somewhere else, everything is distorting like crazy.
Yeah.
And you're just wondering why, because, like, just our brain are being tricked to, like, something being loud sounds
Yep.
better. That's why the makeup gain is there.
Yep.
So like it gives the sound unity, and that just means like this is the sound without the boosting of like the plugin. But the ones you give it that plugin, it boosts it, right? So like you don't want to trick your brain. That's what like with like limiters and clippers.
Yep.
That's what when you use those. So, but yeah, what I'm gonna say is like, you know, louder doesn't mean better.
Totally.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Totally. Yeah. I was learning more how to use like the adaptive limiter. Like I used all stock Logic plugins
Yeah.
when I mastered this, and after that, I think I'd want to get a couple like paid ones. But
Yeah.
I remember when Almondine was still here,
Mm-hmm.
I barely had her. She was only here for like
A year
I
or
think
so.
one of my classes. Yeah.
Yeah, she's done an introduction.
Yeah,
to digital
introduction.
Audio. Yeah.
But I remember her saying one thing that I really respected. And when me and Ryan did our first project together, he made a beat and I rapped on it, and we had to present it.
Mm-hmm.
And her and Courtney were sitting there listening, and she was like in the middle of the room, like stereo field,
Yeah.
like head down, like just locked in.
Yeah.
And she listened to the whole thing. She was like, okay. And we're like, and then she ran it back at half the volume. And because when it was playing through a full album, because me and Ryan listened 500 times, we're obviously like worried. We know Almondine's not gonna be like, that's the greatest mix I've ever heard. You know, like obviously it's our first thing.
Yeah.
But we were listening like, yeah, man, like fuck yeah, like we killed it, dude. We did a great job.
Yeah.
And then she turned it down to like half volume and listened to it, and we were like, oh my god, it's
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, like you said, things sound better when they're louder.
When they're louder.
But we didn't mix it so things were coming through clearly.
So you makes it louder instead of quieter.
Right. So then when she put a half volume, listened to the whole track, and I was like, all I can hear is the snare, dude. That was it. That was it. Like, you know, it was like the vocals were barely there. And she was like, yeah, so like you want to like do this to it, but that was a great lesson.
It is, yeah.
You know, because it's easy to make shit sound decent when it's loud.
Yeah.
But it was just like, wow, it's like, holy crap, I gotta start mixing at half volume or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I remember Chris Morris having like the what's it called? Like the automation on this thing, or like the Total
dim?
Recall.
Or Total Recall.
Yeah. But like when the fader, it was set that like it wouldn't go all the way up.
Yeah.
He would leave 10 dB of headroom.
Yeah.
So then he was like, so when you're mixing or you're mastering, you have that so you can work with that.
That space so you don't distort.
Yeah.
When you get over. Yeah. It's cool. Because for me, like I learned early like to mix pretty on lower volume. Because like, all like the quieter sounds are going to get taken over if you're not listening to those, you know? Especially when you listen like louder volume and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good lesson.
Yeah.
That's why compressors are so important.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally, man. Compressors are everything. And I don't know. I think it's an interesting thing. Like, I'm not saying always, and everybody's different, but like teaching like artists and musicians like to have like that self-control of not being like, oh, well, let's just turn it up and see how it sounds. You know, like you have to like music, like producing is a very patience-driven thing.
I mean, not producing, like engineering.
Sorry, that's what I should say.
Yeah, engineering.
You know, because like at the recording and writing and the artist level, it's very easy to just get excited with that. And I think that's important.
Yeah.
You know, you want to have that energy and come up with things. But then like where you said, like when you take it to engineering, like you have to make those tough decisions.
Yeah.
But that's important.
It is. Yeah.
And it's obviously hard as the producer where you're like, oh, I was so stoked on the way this sounded.
Yeah.
And now I don't know if I can make it work. But then you're like, hey man, like, do I really need that, or is it worth it? And sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't.
Yeah, you gotta pick which one's gonna win.
Right.
Especially like when you're like mixing, or maybe like drums or 808s and stuff, like which one you want lower, you know? And just keep that low and keep that one higher.
Totally.
Instead of having them like back and forth with each other. It's like, because eventually it just cancels each other out, you know?
Yeah, so, no, 100%. Yeah. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Any comments or no?
No, nothing yet. We had a good amount there at the beginning, and then I think people probably dropped out.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm gonna leave and go back to my own story.
Shout out to him. He shared the story.
Nice. Hell yeah, that's sweet. Let me see.
What is one of the topics you had?
Oh, actually, one of them.
Yeah.
I was wondering, because obviously things just change over time, and then that's normal. But since we've started this to now, how would you say your music listening, like what you listen to or how you listen, has changed, or has it not?
So in terms of like
What you're like,
being an engineer and just
no, I would say just like being like a listener, like oh,
Okay.
I really like these artists, and now maybe not as much, or like now when I listen to stuff I care more about. Like I don't know. I guess just how your taste has developed.
So it doesn't involve the podcast.
No.
Okay,
It's
this
just
is
kind
just
of like
outside of
over
it.
the time.
Over the time.
But
Okay.
I mean, maybe if the podcast has influenced that, then that's cool. Because I feel like what I listen to
Yeah.
definitely changed because of this podcast.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when we would do like these discussions and we would do like, oh, let's talk about like the ones where we're like, oh, like different artists from different cities and stuff, and oh, Chicago's kind of got this sound to it.
Yeah.
And like a lot of times you would bring up artists that I wasn't as familiar with or stuff, and I'd be like, well, okay, I got to go check that out.
Yeah.
And then I would. And I feel like that kind of opened my eyes to different stuff.
Yeah.
I also think just over time, like you're going to end up listening to different stuff.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I think for me, I guess it opened up my eyes to like different genres.
Right.
Like especially with like coming to school here, learning to like listen to other things and not really like loving it, but like understanding it.
Yeah.
So like classical music, like before I came here, like I was like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Some background music and all that. But like with taking classes like 18th century, 19th century, modern music and stuff, it kind of teaches you in a way to like, yeah, not love it, but like just having a good idea of like what it brings,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And I learned that with like rock music, metal music and
Yeah.
all that because I didn't listen to those before
Yeah.
I came here.
Yeah.
But now since doing like live sound
Yeah.
and all that, metal shows and all that, it's like a different appreciation. Is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to get at. So,
Totally.
yeah.
No, that's very cool. That's a great answer. Yeah, that's what I was kind of curious about, because I just feel like we've both had so many different opportunities in music outside of the podcast
Yeah.
since we've done the podcast. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so that's a very good point, because I always feel like ever since I was like 15-ish, maybe 14, it's kind of just been hip hop
Yeah.
as like the main.
Yeah.
But then now like being here and meeting all these different people, like I don't know, like I was at Old Ben's the other day when I was playing with him and Connor for a bit, doing some music, and he put on this record and he's like, oh, this is kind of like shoegazy. And I was
Okay.
like, I don't really know what that is. Like I've heard that term, but now I've realized maybe I like shoegaze. It's
Yeah.
like this, like this cool genre, and I've learned that I appreciate certain things from each genre, and those have crossovers.
Yeah.
Like I like genres that have very technical drums to them. But then I also like when shit is just big and hard and simple.
Yeah.
And there's crossover that, you know what I mean? I don't listen to metal,
No.
but if I hear like a big, like heavy guitar riff with some hard drums, I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Am I going to listen to this band's whole discography? Probably
No.
not. But like,
Yeah.
that's cool. Like
Yeah.
whatever that sound is, that's neat. And before, I just don't think I would have been open to that, because I just would have written it off as like, I used to think emo music was whack. I used to think it was like cringy and stuff.
Yeah.
And now I think that like a lot of the lyrics are kind of like corny and like cringy, and like it's supposed to, but I was like, it's doing that purpose. Like it's filling that like emotional like soundscape.
Yeah.
But also like some of these players are really like cool and like very like technical, and like the mixing percent, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
And I just think that now that like I'm more open to that, and I think kind of like you said, like I think it's partly because of school.
Yeah.
Like aesthetic noise definitely changed that a lot. Where
Yeah.
it's like now I have tolerance
Yeah.
for bullshit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's definitely that.
Yeah,
It just sum it all.
totally.
I think that's like more tolerance for bullshit.
Yeah.
Is what I think.
And
Yeah,
like,
either.
I think it's because I was forced to be like, well, I guess if I have to listen to this and be like, what is this doing? But then now when I hear shit like that, I don't just skip it. I'm like, what is going on here? Like
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
So I think that that's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to ask topic wise was, oh, Matt Retterberg. Matt Retterberg's here.
Hey.
Shout out Matt Retterberg.
What's up, man?
live sound, and well, more than live sound, recording, producer, big Lethbridge music. We'll say that.
Big guy.
Shout out Matt.
Yeah. Recording every sound concert in the city, bro.
Dude, that you want to know about patience? That guy's got it, dude.
Yeah.
Him and Di, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Him and Di recorded Chrome Harvest live in like the ballroom across from the zoo.
Yeah.
For a CKXU episode. I think it was for Off the Record. I can't remember, but they recorded us live, and we did like 3 songs that never got recorded or anything, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Just for the vibes.
Yeah, and dude, like they recorded us with like a pretty good setup, but like with the tools they had.
Yeah.
And like dealing with all of us showing up at different times in the winter, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, Connor's bass amp has snow in it. like just like, and Matt's like always chill. Like he's never like, oh man, like there's 2 drummers and they're both late or like whatever. You know, like,
He truly loves this shit, man.
no, man, he lives for it. Yeah, and he's always like accommodating. So shout out Matt.
What do you say?
Sup, friends? I try world domination. It was for the record. Yeah, okay. That was a lot of fun. That was the first time I'd done a live recording. That might have been the first time I'd actually recorded with Chrome Harvest, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Anyway, but that was great. So thanks for doing that, Matt. I hope your next musical ventures are amazing, and I'm curious to see what you do.
Yeah.
This guy was posting, oh man, I should know his name. Matt was posting this guy, I think he's from Calgary actually, maybe.
Yeah.
And he was like a rapper that he'd mixed like the stuff for, and I was like,
One
that's
second.
cool.
I think it's the camera.
Oh, is it gonna stop?
Or it's probably gonna die.
Oh, the battery life?
Yeah, you can keep talking.
All right. Here, if it blacks out, I'll switch it to the cover. Anyway, so shout out Matt Retterberg. Great guy. I can't even remember how I met Matt. Probably actually from that. I feel like just, CKXU and the university. Because I feel like he's one of the first people I met in Lethbridge, like doing music and stuff. But that's actually who we should probably have on as a guest sometime. Because I got questions, Matt. And Matt's a hip hop fan too.
Yeah.
We were talking about finger drumming one time.
You'd be playing some Quasimodo with the owls.
Yeah, he does play crazy music. Remember when we saw the Midnight Channel show?
Playing some Doom shit?
Yeah, and he was playing like Freddie Gibbs instrumentals and MF Doom. And yeah, I remember asking him once, it was, what was that for? It was like an astrology girl show or something. It was like a bunch of like punk bands. And this guy was playing like 90s hip hop instrumentals in between. I'm like, Matt, I'm loving this, but like, what is the thought process behind this? Like, none of the kids here, I shouldn't say none, but a lot of the kids here, like, they're probably not, like, this isn't their style.
Yeah.
And he said one of the coolest things ever. He was like, I try to like put on music that is going to not clash with the artists that are performing. You know, he's like, I'm not going to play some emo music because then what I'm going to play is like famous artists, and like nobody wants to compete with that.
He wants the palette clean.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm just going to play like good music that's not in this genre.
Yeah.
So then when these people go on stage, they're not like, oh, I just heard that really cool song that sounded similar, you know?
Nah, just something different. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah.
Thank you for saying nice things. Yeah, man, you deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this wrong. Rugapai and Alchemy the Linguist. Okay, yeah, Rugapai, that's who it was. I don't remember either. I knew your IG handle before I knew your name. That's funny. Actually, that's what it was, Matt. We just figured it out. Okay.
Yeah.
I took a class of Marcella.
Okay.
And it was electronic music.
Oh, that class, yeah.
It was really cool. I learned how to make like house music and techno and stuff.
Yeah.
I did it with like Jacqueline and Jaleesa and stuff.
Nice.
And Aiden. And we were, or Ethan, yeah. And we did like a live CKXU kind of performance thing where we all played our stuff and we could like trigger, anyway.
Certain effects and all that.
But I remember we went into the studio
Yeah.
in CKXU and we all set up at the table. And Matt was the one who was kind of like hooking us all in.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, here's your headphones. And he was like, blah, blah, blah. And I guess he like had a face to my name because we followed each other on Instagram.
Okay.
And he was like, and he called me Chevy and I felt famous.
Oh, shit.
Because he didn't know my name was Evan. He just knew he was Chevy Noise. He's like, Chevy, right? And I was like, how the hell do you know that?
Yeah.
How the hell do you know? He's like, oh, like we follow each other on Instagram. I was like, oh, you're Matt Rederberg. Like that makes sense.
Yeah, you're that guy.
So yeah, that was, shout out Matt. That was a funny realization.
Good stuff.
That was a cool course.
Yeah. There was that one episode we talked shit about school. Remember that one?
Yeah, of course.
That was like 10, 11, 12. It was pretty early on.
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, about how
Education
can like stifle creativity.
Yeah. That and like it doesn't explore certain things
Right.
that we want.
Right, true.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I think I still agree with some of that, and I think I disagree with some of it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like, I mean, we just talked about how we were exposed to
Different music.
different things, which is important and stuff. But I think we talked about like how dissecting it can kind of take away the magic of it.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I struggled with a little bit in university, was like, I remember doing a course with Andrew, and we were like trying to read into some like thing about like the politics and like race relations in jazz, or I can't remember what it was, but it was just like, I'm not saying like it wasn't valid,
Yeah.
but we had a class discussion, and it was kind of like everybody in the class kind of agreed. We're like,
Okay.
bro, like what? Like one of the reasons, just
Yeah.
like why can't we just enjoy, like, you know, like some things I think you overanalyze,
Yeah.
which is fine, and like the job of school is to analyze
Overanalyze
things,
stuff,
yeah. But it's just like, it's kind of like how we talked about like the Scholars and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not saying that they're not making some points that are good, but a lot of it is reaching.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like some things are just kind of like you should keep that magic.
Yeah. Just keep it like just you don't want to know. You know?
Yeah, and I don't know, like maybe that's me like not wanting to try to use like all of my brain to like understand that, but maybe it's just because I enjoy the music for the music. Yeah. And I don't need like 50 hidden meanings and something to be like, well, now it's good.
Yeah, sometimes these are just more fun when it's more simple.
Yeah.
But when you break it down, it makes it more complex.
Totally.
And it's just like, bro.
Like I like Quentin Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
Right? I know that there's certain things about those movies that I do like the cinematography and stuff. But have you ever like talked to someone and you're like, oh yeah, I really like this movie? They're like, oh yeah, because they did this and they used this, and it's just like, no, I don't know, I just like it. Yeah. And I guess maybe you're right. Maybe some of those things are the reasons I like it, but
I feel that way about Interstellar, right?
Okay, yeah.
I like that movie because it makes me feel a certain way.
Totally.
You know?
Very emotional movie, yeah.
Yeah, it feels emotional, and then it's just like, I don't care about the deep meanings of like, just like you're sending a message in like 4D and she's hearing it. It's like, bro, this shit is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, I don't know. It's pretty sentimental, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty heartwarming and just like, it's very nice and warm.
Yeah.
When you watch that movie because it's so dark.
Yes.
Like, things just happen and they just happen.
Yes.
Like that guy that just like lives in like the spaceship for like years.
Yeah.
But to them, it was like 2 seconds that passed.
Right.
And you're just thinking like, that's like insane.
Yeah.
And the guy that just get dropped on the planet and he's gone.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that's so fucked up.
Yeah.
And you know, and stuff like that, like, it makes you feel like a certain way about life.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about that movie.
Yeah.
But like when you go super deep into like what it means, into like, it's, you know, you're taking away the fun, you know?
I kind of agree.
You're taking away the feeling.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it gets more technical and I don't like that.
That's totally fair.
So,
you should talk to Nolan next time you see him.
Okay.
Because he's a Christopher Nolan hater.
Okay.
And I'm like, why? Like, he makes great movies. And he's like, he always has to do his research about how, if this was really possible. Because, like, the whole thing where, like, people overanalyze Interstellar, a lot of the times they're like, oh, he got the physics right. Like, you know, like, the time travel, and this is, like, the best depiction of wormholes. And it's like, sure, probably. I'm sure Christopher Nolan nerded out and figured that out. But I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think it's just a cool movie.
And I do think, like, space itself is like what we think about it.
Right.
So
who the hell knows?
Who really knows what happened? So are you really right? You know?
Right.
So
yeah, I think it's cool to look at it and be like, oh, Matthew McConaughey's in the fourth dimension reaching through the thing.
Yeah.
But really, the reason I mean, I'm not Christopher Nolan, I don't know, but I feel like the reason he did that scene is, like you said, to just be like, wow, it was him that was talking to Murph.
Yeah,
like, that's
it goes back.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't need to be like, how is it possible?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's neat that, like, he makes movies that, Like he does some crazy bullshit, but like he tries to be like, it's legit. Like, have you ever watched Tenet?
No.
That's like the most extreme one I've ever seen of that.
Okay.
They do like time travel.
I need to watch that then.
It's like, but it's almost too much because then the way he does the movie, like people move backwards at some scenes. So it's like you kind of have to like wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
And it's cool, but it's like, I don't want to have to feel like I'm a physicist to watch a movie.
Exactly.
It's an action movie.
Yeah.
It's just an action movie. Anyway.
Yeah, I do like Inception too. Like just how it works, you know?
Totally. Yeah. It looks cool. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what did Matt say?
Yeah.
What are we talking about today? Just an anniversary recap? Yeah, like a little bit of everything, Matt. We've kind of just talked about how we started.
Yeah. If you got any questions,
where we've come. Yeah, please throw them in here. Now we're just talking about education and creativity.
Yeah.
On a tangent, but I don't know. We talked about how it can kind of like not always encourage creativity because there's like rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're submitting a project, you have to hit the certain.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's kind of an interesting.
I mean, I kind of like it because like I'm limited towards what I'm doing.
Right.
So like I'm doing a project, like I can be creative with those limits, you know?
Right. True.
And like most of the time when you're limited to things, like you don't want total freedom.
No, that's
creativity, because like eventually it's gonna be like I can do anything.
Yeah.
You know, so why even do what I'm gonna do?
Right.
So like those limits kind of provide certain barriers that you can't cross.
Right.
And then it allows you to think outside the box of just like, what could I do with those limits on? You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, that's true. I think it also kind of is like a good reflection of like releasing a finished project for music in the real world.
Yeah.
Because kind of like how we talked about when you're at the mixing and engineering stage, like there's kind of a set of rules that you want to follow. You know what I mean? Like to check those boxes. So that is kind of nice to be like, all right, I did this project, but I still have to follow these guidelines a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I still have a bit of a beef with academia just for, like, I don't know. It's tricky when you have art and academia crossover, you know? Like, what are we trying to accomplish?
Yeah.
Am I trying to write some paper that's going to convince you that I read the readings that other people did? Mm-hmm. Or am I trying to write this paper that's going to convince you that I don't know, like studied enough of the music? Like, like this is my unique perspective on it. I guess it depends on the assignment.
Yeah.
I just think that, dissecting it's
when I started university, like, I just wanted to do some cool shit.
Right.
The whole time. I didn't care about, like, writing and all that. I did all those in, like, high school.
Yeah.
And I know there's some portions that are going to incorporate that, but, like, what could I do with this information is what I was thinking
at
the far end.
Yes.
And, like, it sucks in the beginning. Like, you're doing papers and stuff, but eventually, like, if you get all your classes out of the way, like those writing ones, you can do the fun stuff now.
Yeah.
And then you can explore those certain space. But like, I guess would be like a criticism. It's like, maybe you want to do a specific towards you, like a specific project that's gonna like what you like and all that. Yeah. But I find it like that's something you gotta go pursue yourself. You're not gonna have a class that's gonna teach you how to do this or that. Or like maybe you want to get like better at mixing specifically. They're gonna teach you the general information, but like if you want to be a mixer, you're gonna have to maybe use a studio every week, like put in the work in yourself. And I guess that's more towards the real world. Like you gotta have to like go at it. Yeah. When you want to do something, you gotta get it yourself, which is like a good lesson.
Yeah.
But like I feel like it's with education, like it's like a safety net that gives you cool, good information.
Yeah.
But I feel like it doesn't give you like all the information.
No.
You know?
No, I totally agree.
There's always like some gatekept barrier shit.
Totally.
So, yeah.
No, that's a good point. And I think kind of like going off that's kind of why I said when I was in school that I would try to ask my fellow students like, what are you doing? What are you working on? Because we're all doing the same project. I don't give a shit what grade you got on our
paper,
on our field recordings thing or whatever. But I'm curious, are you going to use what we learned from field recording to do something for an album?
Yeah.
Then that's cool.
That makes it cool.
Right? You know what I mean? And like you said, like when I when I first switched, because I originally went to school to become a teacher,
Yeah.
and I was in social sciences, and I wasn't liking it at all because I just didn't really like school.
Yeah.
And I got to come in the studio a couple times to help people out before
Yeah.
I did any DAA stuff. And then I switched to DAA, and I was like, I'm gonna use the hell out of these resources
Yeah.
because I know I'm gonna teach, or I'm gonna take cool classes and learn things. But at the end of the day, like, I'm here for the people and this, because this, like, I took 3630 and I learned a bit of how to use the board and stuff, but I learned more coming in here at 10 p.m. till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, and just like spending time myself, and because you don't get to just sit at the board and problem solve by yourself. Like, if something goes wrong in class, everybody tries to figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to do that when there's 8 kids in a class, you know, and
more, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I totally do think that it's, like you said, it's a baseline with the education, but you kind of do got to do it yourself.
Yeah. We got some comments, I think.
Oh, what do we got, Matt?
Yeah.
Some project constraints help for the working world. Can't turn away a jazz band gig just because I prefer rock music. Facts.
Yeah.
At least not until you're the most in-demand person ever. For the record, I love working with jazz bands, and that's totally fair.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we just talked about that. You did live sound at Theory a couple times
For metal music.
for some shit you probably don't listen to at all.
Yeah.
I remember being like, I hope you got your earplugs.
Yeah.
It's gonna be loud as hell.
It was.
But I remember I expected you to come back and be like, dude, those fucking people are crazy. But you were like, it was cool.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know?
unique experience.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, that wasn't my favorite like genre of music, but you're like, I learned a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And you got to learn how to run live sound for people that are screaming.
Yeah.
That's not something that everybody just gets to do. I never did that in school. You know, so I think that that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Good point, Matt.
Yeah, we'll definitely get you on.
Yeah, we'll have to get Matt on.
Yeah, an episode.
Yeah, I want to hear the horror stories too.
Yeah.
That's always a fun question to
Yeah.
ask the guest when you're like, oh, what's a session that went wrong?
Yeah.
I bet you Matt's has like a couple.
Quite a couple bits, yeah.
Yeah, just with the artists. But yeah.
Yeah, we can go to other questions. Oh, we got another comment. What's up?
Big props to Freeze for working that show. I know it was a meat grinder.
It was. Yeah. But we pulled through it, you know?
No, that's great, dude. I mean, I don't know. Like, that's actually one thing that I kind of like about Theory. I was just talking to Eric today about this, Eric Trotter, who's doing my tattoo. And I was chatting with him about, like, the venues and, like, how things are going and how things are changing. And,
Yeah.
and like he was saying he really likes Theory, and I was like, really? And I was like, Theory's great. And he's like I love the DIY-ness of it. And he's like, and it's a very good vibe. And I was saying I like Theory because it's a lot of the times totally different people that are doing sound.
Yeah.
And I've never had a bad experience. You know, even with like people who are like brand new. And I think it's cool that Theory does that.
Yeah.
And I think it's really just out of necessity because Jenna can't run the board all the time.
Yeah.
So like Matt's done sound for us at Theory, Courtney's done sound for us. I've had Liam do sound for us. Aiden, just like a young guy. Yeah, and Aiden's done sound. You know, and it's great because not every venue has that. So Theory is great. Yeah. Appreciate that. Oh, we got another one. Oh, and George is in here. Shout out George.
Shout
out my man Jojo. A huge lover of life. Shout out Jojo. Yeah, hit me up. Last time I was on a podcast, I spoke about an album that I was in the middle of working on. That album never got finished. King of Foot and Mouth. Can't wait to jinx something new. Damn, that's so funny, Matt. I'm sorry to hear that, but that's like kind of hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny.
Damn. Well, I'm curious of what that album is called. King of Foot and Mouth is also a good band name.
Is that actually a band name or it's just like a term?
No, I think he's just saying like, he spoke too soon kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Lethbridge, for how big of a place it is, I'm sure I've said this before, but the amount of like live venues they have is great. And I really hope that they can continue to grow.
I just wish there's more different type of music. You know?
No, totally.
Yeah.
And that's like when we had Oma Oba on, that was a cool conversation.
Yeah.
You know, like
the shows he does and all that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to go check out D&N Kitchen or something because
Yeah.
they've been doing cool stuff. And yeah, I should have asked him when he was in the store the other day about like the live hip hop shows, but I feel like it'll kind of start popping up more. And that's one thing I do like about Theory is they kind of do everything.
Yeah.
There's also like a supply and demand thing. So it's like if there's 15 metal bands
Yeah.
and 3 DJ acts or whatever,
Yeah.
at least 10 of those metal bands are going to get shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to like Level 7.
Yep.
Like Yatsen. He was a
Yep.
guest. You
Yep.
know? I wish they did more
Oh,
shows.
Yachty was also a guest. True.
Yeah. So he's
They,
he's not here. Probably
no.
busy taking care of his kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran into him at the grocery store.
You did? Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Kid's cute. Yeah. Well, because I talked to Praise about how that show went at Pulse.
Yeah.
And man, that guy's so hypercritical of himself. I can't wait to have him on
Yeah.
the pod, but like,
I bet it was amazing.
dude, Yatsen like did the sound for it, right?
Yeah.
And I was talking to Praise, he's like, yeah, man, like it went pretty good. Like there's a lot of people that pulled up, like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I think so, you know? And like, when I talked to Yachty, he's like, it was the craziest show
It's the
ever.
best shit ever, yeah.
He was like, it was nuts, man. Like people
Yeah.
were going nuts. And he's like, these dudes are great. He's like, after the show, Praise was like, oh, we could have done better. And Yachty's like, listen, man, you should always strive to do better. But like,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of like live rap acts in Lethbridge since like
And it's not as good
early
as them.
days.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it.
Yeah.
Like when you came out to Club Lime,
Yeah.
they did that. I was like, this is unreal.
Yeah.
This is so cool. They're doing like R&B shit. They're doing like, so I told Praise I'm very excited to see like,
And they're like big, they're popular, they got like a good audience.
yeah, man,
It's
he's
crazy.
Yeah, and he's smart because they're putting on events like
Yeah.
party events
Yeah.
because they're like, it's hard to sell tickets to just a rap show for like guys you don't know other than your friends, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's like, hey, come out, we're gonna play some fun music that everybody
And then we're gonna perform
likes,
a little bit.
and we're gonna
Yeah.
perform.
Yeah. That's a good combo right there.
I think it's smart. So
Very.
I hope to keep seeing that.
They have a good
happen.
selection of artists too, like shout out Destiny,
Yeah.
Tommy, Praise,
Yep.
Louis.
Yep.
I'm forgetting. Who am I forgetting?
You say Tommy? Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. Yeah.
Praise, Louis, Destiny.
A guy I went to high school with, Tego, was helping
Tego.
perform. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
2 more. Or
Yeah, there's a couple more guys. Roydo.
Roydo, yeah. Mohammed, yeah.
Yeah, and Muhammad. Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's cool to see
Yeah.
them all doing it.
Yeah, and they got like tons of support, so I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see that. And I think it's also cool to see venues down for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to have them perform at Vibes, at Club Lime, or Pulse. It's great.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of talked to Matt Erdman, the bass player for Midnight Channel, about doing live rap music.
You could do like a live jazz rap music.
And that's what, he was talking about
Yeah.
having like live instrumentation. He's
Yeah.
like, because a lot of like places like clubs, like Pulse and Vibes, it's not a big issue.
Yeah.
But he was saying more so like, he's like, I don't think the Owl has a problem with rap music. I think that the Owl has a problem that there's not musician
playing.
Yeah, and like
rap music.
instruments.
Yeah.
On stage, you know what I mean? Because, and they've had it before. Like when we did we played the Music Calgary showcase thing.
Yeah.
The Blue actually couldn't perform because he was going to bring a whole band, but the whole band couldn't come.
Yeah.
But T. Fanny performed, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think she just rapped by herself. And then there was a couple other people from the Tribe Collective.
Yeah.
And it's cool, but like a lot of people that I asked, like I was like, how was it?
They want players and
You know, I mean, they were like, yeah, it's cool, but like it's kind of just a bunch of people on stage with microphones.
yeah. I mean, that theory works because like Cool Cats,
Right.
they had a bunch of people, they had Destiny perform.
Right.
I can send you the video.
Yeah.
But like it was hype.
It was dope. Yeah.
People were enjoying like the process and all
Yeah.
that. Because what you were saying, like they had everyone, like they had Keys, they had Ray, Isaac, Luke, I'm forgetting. Tavish.
Yeah.
You know, and the bass player,
Oh, Ian. Yeah.
They, like they were all on stage just like going crazy.
Yeah.
And they kept telling people to come in and all that.
Yeah.
Destiny was doing some rapping for one of the songs. They had Geneva going.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was like a fun experience.
Yes.
And I think having more people that do like perform with like instruments and stuff.
Yes.
I think that's what makes it.
I totally
more
agree.
enjoyable.
I think it's very important because it doesn't always translate to people unless they're like we're obviously huge hip hop fans, so I'm fine with an instrumental and someone with a microphone if it's good.
Yeah.
If it's not good, then it's like, but if it's good and you have live instruments, then that's great. And if it's okay and it has live instruments, it makes it better.
They could also use like live DJ, like,
and I've seen that too.
And then just like,
which is cool.
Or like, you know how Logic has like the live function?
Yeah.
Where you can play performance. You could do something like that.
That'd be cool.
That'd be interesting.
Like build a beat. That's kind of I don't know if you were there for it. When Demi did the Windy City showcase.
I wasn't there. No.
Okay, it was like her first like documentary thing. And Joel was part of it.
Yeah.
And Joel's album Morning the Moon was on it. And Yachtin came on stage because he helped produce a good amount of it.
Yeah.
I think Joel produced most of it, but Yachtin he was doing live drums.
Yeah.
I think he was doing actually live drums from the previous album.
Nice.
But it was really, really cool to see because he had like his forget what it was, whatever the Ableton, the controller, and he's playing like live drums and 808s, and it was very neat. Because at least because people who are just an audience, they don't know where these sounds are coming from if they're just coming through the speakers.
Yeah,
everybody can press play on a space bar, you know, and it feels like karaoke almost.
Yeah,
but they're like, oh, this is cool. Yeah. I've seen Ollie perform with the New Testaments with Oma Oba actually, which we talked about on the podcast with him, and it's just, I don't know, it livens it up a lot.
Yeah, it brings the energy.
Which is great because then people who don't listen to rap music and hip hop and stuff, like, then it's accessible to them.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, this is cool.
It's like you don't have to be the rapper, you could be like the musician.
Right, yeah. And like someone's like, oh, wow, like maybe I like rap music. But if it's just one guy on a stage, they're like, Yeah. Anyway, let's see. What do we got here? Okay, no, that was it from that. Yeah.
That was it from that? Nice.
But I'm with you. I would like to see some more diverse genres because, I mean, it depends who you talk to, right? Because I'm not like I don't know all the subgenres to everything.
Yeah.
But I've heard some people be like, oh man, there's so many different genres. There's like punk and there's hardcore and then there's the metal and then there's the rock scene.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but it's rock. Yeah. You know, like it's not, but I understand like I think Chris Jordan was talking about once being like, there's too many guitar bands in Lethbridge is what he would say.
I agree.
Everybody's got 2 electric guitars, a bass player and a drummer and maybe a singer, you know?
Yeah.
But, everybody sounds a little different, but it's just a lot of like the same kind of
players.
Yeah. And the same kind of like, I don't know what the word is, like the ensemble.
Yeah.
I mean, jazz is similar. You're going to have some, but like then you got some horns and it's very different style wise. And so I think that the good thing now I've seen with the Owl is that they're opening up to more genres.
Yeah.
They also have more metal and stuff now, which I don't really care about. But it's good to see them like with the jazz stuff and Cool Cats and Midnight Channel have been huge for that.
Yeah.
I think that they both have a show on the 21st.
Might have to
one's
check
at
that.
Theory and one's at
the same time?
No.
Okay.
There's some going on, man. There's so much on the 21st. Donnie was telling me about this.
Yeah.
I think it's Midnight Channel and Cool Cats at the Owl, and something else is happening at Theory that's cool.
Theory, yeah.
So I'm going to try to like...
go back and forth.
Luckily, the city's not too big that I can like, hit everything.
You can kind of walk there.
Yeah. We'll see how cold it is. But
we'll see how cold it is, if it snows or not.
Yeah. But I am with you because I think it's important to have that diverse stuff. And I think it's cool to see. I haven't been there in so long, but like OMG Shisha.
Yeah.
They have like Afrobeat music and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that that's important because there's definitely a demand for that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Is it really 9 p.m.? Holy moly.
Yeah, we should probably. How long have we been going for? Like 2 hours?
Let me check. OBS will tell us. Well, but also I think we started it before we kind of started it.
Yeah, so subtract
2 hours, 4 minutes, 41 seconds.
It's about an hour, like 40. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
Decent amount. Like last questions, I'm assuming.
Yeah, do you want to have some closing things you want to chat about?
Nothing specific, just like news or something. Did you hear Westside Gun got decent for WWE like cease and desist and shit?
Bro.
Yeah.
So I saw that on Instagram. Why did I see that? Every time I delete and re-download Instagram, the first thing I see is important, so it's great.
Yeah.
But I re-download it to check something and to see if I got a message from Eric about the tattoo. And the first thing I see is Westside Gun is like this paragraph. And, man, the guy talks so funny, like but I felt so bad because I read it and like obviously it's his side of the story. I don't know all the details.
Yeah.
But I believe him. And from what I got, like for a man who's that into WWE, going back to like his very first albums talking about wrestling, and then he's always like courtside, you know, and then like, or ringside, whatever. And then they just kick him out.
Yeah, what is the harm of him? I don't know. Being there.
What are you gonna say? That because he raps about drugs and shit. It's
cocaine,
like, bro, hasn't done any of that.
Yeah.
He went to prison, bro. The reason he's able to rap about that shit now is because he went to prison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then got out and was like, okay, I'm going clean.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like,
is that one of the reasons why?
So I think so. And I think, well, he said in the thing too, he's like, I've had the same problems with the same like bouncer.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes to see like a young rich black man like here in the, which I kind of do believe because like I'm not a WWE guy, but they kind of do have like a
old school
target audience. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely like a lot of like, not older, but it's a lot of like white Republican dudes and shit. And it's kind of just like,
I guess we don't want that music.
Well, and like it's weird too because like he's just so supportive of the WWE from like way back. Like like in this new album, he's using clips that are from like old wrestling, bro.
Shit.
You know what I mean? And he rocked with Hulk Hogan, who was like a racist dude. You know what I mean? But West Side Gun is like, I love this, love that, da da da.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, man. Like for WWE to. So anyway, so I think that part of the reason he had a cease and desist is because a bunch of his songs are titled
the
things,
covers too,
right? And the covers are like wrestler stuff. And he's got songs called like SummerSlam '88, or he's got like WrestleMania 9, and they're like, oh, we don't want to associate the WWE name with this, and it's like, fair enough, man, but like he's also got people into wrestling.
Yeah,
like wrestling isn't that big anymore.
It's slowly dying.
Really. For sure it is. You know what I mean? And it's kind of having a revival now because they've got like celebrities in it. Like Logan,
West Side Gun,
Logan Paul is one of the guys in AEW or whatever.
Yeah.
But West Side Gun, bro. Like I didn't know anything about wrestling. When I was in grade 8, I kind of liked it. But I was like, this is dumb and corny.
Yeah.
And then I was listening to this guy. I'm like, what's with all the wrestling references?
He fucks with it, yeah.
But he just makes it sound cool. So then I like looked into it. I'm like, oh, this is okay.
That's like a weird move, but like
I totally think it's a weird move. And then I think it's a cop out for them to be like, oh, it's because he's associated with like drug dealing and he raps a lot about selling drugs and raps with WWE. And it's like, yeah, man, I get it. But like the WWE is the most controversial organization ever. Vince McMahon has like a million like charges and lawsuits against him at any given moment for so many different things. He's like the guy.
They just probably don't like him because he's black.
I totally think so.
Yeah, that's it.
I totally think so. And I think it's just because there's not like there's a lot of rappers that are into wrestling, but nobody who's like
big fan
made it their thing. Like, dude, he's talking about, he's like, I don't even gotta rap. I'm gonna quit rapping because I want to focus on wrestling. He started Fourth Rope, which is like a wrestling division.
Yeah.
And it's just, man, like that, reading that Instagram from like a guy who like tries to carry himself as like a tough guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's very much like, I'm a proud tough guy. I'm the greatest.
And he was sad. Yeah, he's hurt, bro.
Dude, he was. And he literally said, he's like, oh, I'm hurt. He's like, I've been loving this since I was a kid. All I've done is shown love. And now I'm not allowed to be here.
Yeah.
It's so messed up.
Yeah, it's like doing the thing you love all your life. And then all of a sudden someone's like, you can't be associated with it anymore. It's like, okay, like, what? Man,
the guy's spending like thousands to be ringside just because he loves it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and they don't want to put the camera on him.
Wow. Yeah.
But he's got a couple like excerpts and songs where they'll be like, oh, West Side Gun is ringside.
There's like no harm in it.
But then they get mad at him. They're like, don't talk about West Side Gun. Don't talk about West Side Gun. He's a Buffalo drug dealer. It's like, no, he's a fucking rapper
who raps about
that loves the WWE.
Yeah.
All of the guys who are actually like, no, I shouldn't say all of them. So many wrestlers that were part of the WWE are bad guys. You know what I mean? Like, and those are your employees. This guy's just a fucking fan, man.
Yeah, your guy's probably done way worse.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and it's just like, and he's a fan. Like, why can't you just let the guy show love? So I don't know the whole story. I'm going to look into it more. But from what I understand,
it feels like it's bullshit.
It is, you know? And like, I'm not like shocked to see the WWE not make like a good PR move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like I would think that like the wrestling is going to be like, oh, wow. Yeah. I'm curious. I'm going to talk to Connor about it because he's one of the only people I know that's really into wrestling still. Yeah. And not as much, but like, like Connor, my bass player, he's really into it. And he knows a little bit about West Side Gun just because of wrestling. He's like, yeah, this guy's like in here because he said something about, he's like, you want to come see WrestleMania with me in Edmonton? I'm like, no, like why? And he's like, oh, Kenny Omega's gonna be there.
Shit.
And I just I don't know who Kenny Omega is.
But you know West Side Gun.
But I hear that lyric, you know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
flip the brick like Kenny Omega. And then Connor's like, what?
Yeah. That's
so
fair.
yeah, I'm bummed for him though, man. Like it's like he's still into wrestling as a grown ass man, which I think is funny for West Side Gun. But hey, the guy likes it, you know what I mean? And like to have that taken away, like he probably dreamed as a kid being ringside.
Yeah.
And then you get there and they're like, yeah, like he paid for the tickets. And they're like, we don't want you here. You have a bad image. Says who? He's so popping right now. Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
He's on like Apple Music Radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's too controversial for the WWE. It seems dumb.
It is dumb.
So I don't really know. And it's not like he's even said controversial shit.
Yeah.
Like West Side Gun hasn't come out here and canceled himself, you know, or whatever.
No.
He talked about selling drugs? Who the hell? It's rap music, bro. Like it's fine.
You gotta Pusha T, all of Griselda.
If Pusha T showed up at the WWE, I bet you they'd be like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Look who's in the building. He's nominated for Album of the Year.
He went to the White House, so
yeah, that's true.
He met Obama and shit. Obama, he raps about that.
Yeah, what is that line he has? He talks about the Clips album. That's great.
Yeah, it's something about I don't
Yeah,
remember.
he's talking about like still selling coke in the White House with the white. Yeah. That was crazy. That picture of all of Obama's favorite rappers.
Yeah.
Like Black Thought's there and Pusha T's there. I was like, this is great.
Pusha T.
Yeah, this is great, dude. Shout out. Clips might win Album of the Year, dude.
I want them to win, man.
I don't think they will because they're going up against pop artists, but
did you see the nominations?
I did. I looked at them quickly with Richard on Saturday before we left.
Maybe not Album of the Year, but like Rap Album of the Year.
I think it has to win Rap Album of the Year.
Yeah.
Unless it wins Album of the Year and then something else wins in the rap category.
Yeah.
Also, I'm trying not to care too much because it's the fucking Grammys.
Yeah.
You know, like they always fucking.
They might make like.
But they've been doing good in the rap category for a little bit. Like for the winners, I mean.
Yeah.
Like Nas won when Nas was supposed to win, you know?
Yeah.
So. Because who won? Probably Kendrick Lamar won last year. No, because he didn't drop an album.
For last year?
Because GNX is in this year's he might actually win in rap album.
I think Kendrick might win.
He might win for GNX.
Or they throw a curb on Gorilla. What's it?
The Glorilla album? See, I don't even mind Glorilla, but that is not her best album.
I didn't even know she was. It was an album.
Yeah,
it was something that existed.
I don't like. I wouldn't say I listen to Glorilla. I'm definitely not her target audience.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Something about ratchet rap music is fun to me.
It's fun. Yeah.
But I like know like a little bit of her cat.
Yeah.
This album that's nominated is not her best album. I think that they're just onto the trend late. That happens a lot. You know what I mean? Like where like a rapper blows up in the rap sphere, but they're not big enough for the mainstream, and then they get big enough for the mainstream, and they're like, oh, whatever their album is now, give them a nomination.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Cardi B is nominated, which is crazy because she hasn't had a good album since 2018. I've never been a Cardi B fan.
Neither have I.
But Invasion of Privacy or whatever that album's called, it got nominated the same year that Travis Scott and
Utopia?
Mac Miller won, and she won for that. And I mean, I think that Astroworld, so it would have been like 2018.
Okay.
And I mean, I wouldn't have picked the Cardi B album, but that was her best album.
No.
And it had like mad hits on it, so it's like okay. But like this one,
I don't.
Cardi B, you're not making good rap music anymore. So I don't know.
I don't think she ever made good music, but that's just my opinion.
No, that's fair. She makes hits, you know. She makes like catchy rap music. I remember being in grade 12, grade 11, and Bodak Yellow came out.
Yeah,
I thought it was so hard.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, we got a hard female rapper again. And then it was just kind of like, all right.
Yeah,
she's funny though. I like her goofy ass personality. She's crazy. Yeah, but you know, whatever.
Album of the Year nominees 20.
Shout out Glorilla though. She seems funny and cool to hang out with.
Chromacopia.
Was that what genre was that nominated in?
Album of the Year nominees.
Or Album of the Year? Okay.
The Album of the Year.
Yeah. Which I don't think that'll win for, but that one was nominated for like alternative album or something.
Is it alternative?
No.
I still haven't listened to it.
It's like it's some of it's rap, some of it's rap for sure. Some of it's not. But I don't know if I'd call it alternative. I would call it a pop album or a rap album.
Yeah.
And I think the Grammys is doing this because when Tyler won rap album of the year for Igor, and he was like, it's not a fucking rap album.
Not, yeah.
He was like, just call it a pop album, you know? And he was like, I don't understand. He's like, I guess it's because I used to do rap. And
Yeah.
he's like, it makes me think that these people didn't even listen to the album.
They didn't.
Because it's not a rap. He's like, it's my least rap album of all time.
Yeah, Igor is.
Call Me If You Get Lost is a rap album.
Yeah.
You know, it's a DJ Drama album.
Yeah.
But like, so Chromacopia, I think, is more of a rap album than Igor.
Yeah, there's Swag by Justin Bieber, Chromacopia.
Oh, that one might win.
Mayhem, Lady Gaga. Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. GNX, of course, Kendrick. Let God Sort Him Out, Clips.
Yeah.
Mud by Leon Thomas.
Damn, so there's 3 rap, besides the Tyler one, there's 3 rap albums.
Yeah. And last one is Debbie Tiras Mas by Bad Bunny. So
That one might actually win.
yeah.
That album did numbers, dude.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny's an artist I fuck with, but I haven't really got into.
Yeah.
But I like Spanish music. It's good to dance to. Any Latin music, I love it. And you want that clave rhythm, that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Anyway, I don't know when it's happening.
Yeah.
Probably later this month.
Yeah.
I'll probably tune in because I like seeing the live performances.
Okay.
They're always insane.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick doing Not Like Us at the Grammys is nutso. But I love that, you know, like I want to see that. But yeah, I try not to put too much stock into the Grammys because I'm like, I don't think it's a good reflection of
Real music.
or good music, you know, like it's kind of a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get it right though. Like when Alfredo got nominated, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think it only got nominated because of Scotty Beams kind of like gets a little political.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Okay.
But I like to see when people I want to win. So
Yeah. That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, we should probably
We'll wrap it up.
wrap things up.
Anyway, thank you guys so much
Yeah.
for tuning in. If you tuned in,
Whoever all came through.
this is our first live stream ever.
Yeah.
We might try to do this more. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Check out the podcast. Every 2 weeks we're up on
Yeah.
Sunday most of the time. But yeah,
Try to incorporate more videos and
absolutely.
stuff.
If you want to be a guest or even just have like suggestions on topics or anything, you can always get at us.
Yeah.
Matt stayed this whole time. You're wild, Matt. Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. But yeah, get at us, guys. We'll be happy to collab if we can make it happen.
Yeah. This episode will be up this Sunday, so just have to edit and all that, and then should be all good.
Tight.
Yeah. Yeah. New music, Imani Fresh, still in the works, but this month it is the deadline, so it'll be coming out then.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff.
I can't wait.
And then afterwards it's it's just school, taking care of that, and life stuff. So what about you?
Yeah, kind of new music. I'm in a new band now with Donnie and Rowan and Nicole and this guy named Gabe in Calgary, who I actually haven't met yet.
Yeah.
But we just recorded a demo with Dylan here.
Nice.
That'll probably come out on Bandcamp or something soonish. Yeah, I guess just working on Chrome Harvest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Sam are going to try to do some music soon when he gets back. I'm getting back in the lab producing.
Nice.
I got a new spark after I did the Halloween shit. I was like, I gotta get at
We gotta
this.
do some more.
I gotta get at this. So that stuff. That's kind of it for music. Yeah, and then just working. It's gonna be busy as hell. The holidays coming up.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Don't come in my store and buy all the Christmas gifts, guys. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. I'm stoked for this Body Fresh project. That's really all I want.
Yeah.
I just want to hear what you and McGuire came up with in full. Dude, I can just listen to it in my car on Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm stoked for my song to be on there. I'm gonna tell everybody. Yeah, no, I'm
that song
stoked.
goes crazy.
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thanks for joining, and y'all take care.
Yeah,
So,
Noize and Freeze Files forever.
Noize and Freeze Files forever.